Yo, what's good, fam? We back at it again. Let's go and jump right into it. Like I always say, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me because of what I do through and through. Just bring you the news with a twist. Just my point of view. Now, first, give a shout out to my wife. She bought this lovely robe, even though red's not my color. Hey, that's how light skinned dudes feel when they put the red on. Jazz, they feel snazzy. But let's get into it. Now, today I saw while I was getting ready to start my day, drinking my little coffee. I saw a clip. I was on YouTube, and I saw this title: Is racism a part of the evaluation of black quarterbacks? Now, on this show, Speak for Yourself should be called soft shoeing, but on this show, Speak for Yourself, Marcellus Wiles and Emmanuel Acho, both of these black men said no. Now, this is one of the things I hate, but I understand why they're doing it. I mean, I can't understand because, even I empathize with my enemies. Follow me. Now, I understand that for the person that's going against, well, we ain't going to go that route. I understand that they got to say certain things to stay on TV. They have to say certain things to stay on TV. They have to make certain arguments to stay on TV. I mean, give me the black commentator besides Shannon Sharp. Give me the black commentator that is pro-black on everything. Shannon Sharp is the most pro-black commentator on TV as far as sportscasting go. The most pro-black, if you can say that. I'm just saying. Give me somebody that's more pro-black than Shannon Sharp. And then on certain issues, we like, really? But still. Now, one of the biggest problems that one of the biggest reasons why this thing called racism seems to perpetuate is because when black people have the opportunity to tell them or to show them, yo, this is what it is, they don't. So the people that know what they're doing can still remain oblivious to the shit they're doing. Now, do you know what a Sambo is? A Sambo is an apologist to racism or white supremacy. Look it up in the Webster. That's Webster telling you. That's what a Sambo is. I'm not talking about the wrestling that began in the 1970s that Khabib practices. I'm talking about a Sambo. Black people know what a Sambo is. And these two black men are two of the biggest Sambos on TV. Emmanuel Acho has this show, Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. How uncomfortable are the conversations with a black man when this same black man here won't even come out and just say the truth? See, it's uncomfortable when the truth come out and they have to face the truth. But let's go and dive right into it. I think anybody that I know racism goes into the evaluation of black quarterbacks. I know this. We ain't got to go back 20 years. We ain't got to go back 10 years. We can talk about right now. Right now. Okay. Who coming out in the draft? The top five quarterbacks coming out in the draft. Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson. Justin Fields. Trey Lance. Mac Jones. Now, before the season started, at the beginning of the season, even midway through the season, it was either Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Trevor Lawrence. Those were the top 3 quarterbacks. They had Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, number 2, close number 2, and Trey Lance, number 3. And nobody else even close. Okay? But over the season, what happened? Zach Wilson out of nowhere. He's all-time great. Let's bump him up to number 2. Mac Jones. What did Mac Jones do? He had a Heisman Trophy wide receiver and one of the best running backs in the league, in the country. With one of the best offensive lines in the country. And Jalen Waddle, another wide receiver that's one of the best in the country. What did Mac Jones do? All because Alabama won the national championship. Now his stock has risen. On some draft boards, his stock passed Justin Fields, even though Justin Fields had less talent around him and made it to the national championship game. Some people won't say, well, Mac Jones does this, Justin Fields does this, Okay, cool. We ain't even got to talk about the people coming in the draft. If y'all want to give BS excuses to why Justin Fields dropped, all of a sudden from number 1, possibly number 1, to number 3, or maybe worse. Okay, the 3rd best quarterback taking him, maybe worse. Okay, how about this one? Lamar Jackson. What are the critiques of Lamar Jackson? You can't win with his style of play. Okay. Did Dan Marino win with his style of play? No. Did Phillip Rivers win with his style of play? No. Let's take one. Did Ben Roethlisberger win with his style of play? No. Well, he has 2 Super Bowls. When you're playing with a top 5 defense, come on now. We're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it funky. We're going to keep it fresh. You got Jerome Bettis in one of the best defenses of all time. Well, not one of the best. A top 5 defense. I could put them as one of the best defenses of all time. They could be up there. They're still curtain. But back to Lamar Jackson. Some people hate him rated as the 10th best quarterback in the NFL right now. Well, you got to be able to throw the ball. Really? Okay, Matt Stafford can throw the ball. What's his excuse? Well, he hasn't had the weapons that Lamar Jackson has. Really? The wide receivers Lamar Jackson has. Hollywood Brown. Is Hollywood Brown even a top 10 wide receiver in the AFC North? Maybe top 10. Is he a top 5 wide receiver in the AFC North? Top 5. I wouldn't take him over nothing Steelers got. I wouldn't take him over AJ Green. I wouldn't take him over Tyler Boyd. I wouldn't take him over Odell. I wouldn't take him over Jarvis Landry. So he's in the bottom of the top 10 in his own division, not conference, division. That's Lamar Jackson working with. Well, he has Mark Andrews. Okay. Is Mark Andrews a top 3 tight end? Well, his numbers are skewed because Lamar Jackson doesn't throw the ball. Okay. Trade Mark Andrews with Travis Kelce. If Lamar Jackson had Travis Kelce or George Kittle, what do you think would happen? We're going to keep it funky. We're going to keep it a buck. What do you think would happen? And I'm not saying I'm pro Lamar Jackson. Yes, he has to improve throwing the ball. But shit, you got to give him weapons. I mean, great as Peyton Manning was, he had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Even though he made them better, they still were beasts. You got to give him at least decent wide receivers. Okay. If y'all saying I'm reaching with Lamar Jackson, what about Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott. Mr. Soft Shoe. Yes, sir, Massa. Jerry Jones. Yes, sir. Dak Prescott. He did all this soft shoeing, did all this alienating of the black community for Jerry Jones. And when he came to the table, hey, yo, these are my conditions. These are my terms. Jerry Jones said, nope. These are your terms. Is that getting what he deserve. I'm not advocating for Dak, but if we're gonna keep it funky and fresh, if we're gonna keep it real, we're gonna keep it a buck, we're gonna keep it 1,000. Why ain't Dak getting paid? Every time a quarterback goes out and signs a contract, what do they say? The quarterback can't take less than what the previous guy got because he has to reset the market. Ain't that what they said with Kirk Cousins? When Kirk Cousins was a free agent, they were talking about teams that Kirk Cousins can join on to make them Super Bowl contenders. And we talking about Kirk Cousins. When has Kirk Cousins been better than Dak Prescott? While people say, well, Dak Prescott not elite. Okay. Is he in the top 15? Can you name 15 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott? Can you name 15 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott? Let's go. Okay, we give you Mahomes. We give you Deshaun Watson. Maybe Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers. Okay, we can throw Thomas Brady up in there because he just won the chip. There's 5. Who else? Y'all want to say Josh Allen? Okay. That's 6. I say Lamar Jackson. That's 7. Who else? Don't give me Justin Herbert. That's 1 year. Don't give me the guy from Cincinnati. I don't know if he can finish the game. Who else? Don't give me Matt Stafford because he can't even win in the playoffs with Calvin Johnson. Who else? I gave you Aaron Rodgers. Who else? Did I get Aaron Rodgers? We throw no one up there. Who else? Dak Prescott, at worst, is the 8th best quarterback. At worst, is the 10th best quarterback. At best, 8th best in the league. Was Kirk Cousins even a top 10 quarterback when he got paid? Was Carson Wentz a top 10 quarterback when he got paid? Was Jared Goff a top 10 quarterback when he got paid? Jared Goff got paid because Todd Gurley was balling. And that shit that blew my mind. Todd Gurley got $50 million, but you gave Jared Goff $100 million. But the reason why the team rolling because of Todd Gurley, but he ain't worth $100 million. But Chris McCaffrey can get down there $100 million easy, guaranteed. $64 million guaranteed, fully, $16 million a year, because he had one good season. I won't say great season. He had one good season because even though he had over 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving, what was the Carolina Panthers record? Well, the team was terrible. Okay, so if the team was terrible, what warrants Christian McCaffrey getting record-breaking money when his team was terrible and when his numbers didn't affect them winning or losing? Was non-factor in him or them winning? I'm not gonna say he lost because of him, but he was a non-factor with them winning. He was negligible on the outcome of their season because they didn't win. They were 5-11. Why did he deserve that money? Don't tell me because he was one of the best running backs, because when Le'Veon Bell was the best running back in the NFL. Three Pro Bowls. 2-time All-Pro in his first 5 years. You mean to tell me that the Pittsburgh Steelers said, no, we're not giving you no fully guaranteed contract. And Le'Veon Bell won like 14, 15 million a year. That's it. He wasn't worth it. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers were a contender every year he was there. And he wasn't worth it. But Christian McCaffrey can't even make the playoffs, and he got it. Dalvin Cook. The reason why the Minnesota Vikings are rolling, because Dalvin Cook. But he had to threaten to hold out. Kirk Cousins got paid easy. Kirk Cousins, the highest paid player in the NFL the last 5 years. But who the reason why the Minnesota Vikings winning? Dalvin Cook. Hell, Stephon Diggs showed you that Kirk Cousins is trash. So you had Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and Dalvin Cook. And you couldn't do nothing with that. Josh Allen just had Stephon Diggs. Okay, Knox straight. Cole Beasley straight. But Cole Beasley and Knox, they not no damn Adam Thielen. And then you had Dalvin Cook in the backfield. But the Buffalo Bills went to the AFC Championship game. The Vikings were happy to win a playoff game. But I got off subject. We talking about black quarterbacks being evaluated. Dak ain't got his money. Wentz got his money, not a problem. Goff got his money, not a problem. Stafford got his money, not a problem. Cousins got his money, not a problem. What white quarterback? What white quarterback? Because they going to say, well, you know, the black quarterbacks are the highest paid right now. No, Patrick Mahomes not the highest paid quarterback right now. Now, if you want to go annually over his whole entire contract and say, well, he getting paid $45 million a year. But shit, what he get paid last year? What he gonna get 23 coming this upcoming season. So stop the bullshit. Stop the motherfucking bullshit. I'm talking about right now. Right now. Ben Roethlisberger's one of the highest paid quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, one of the highest paid quarterbacks. Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, one of the highest paid quarterbacks. But when it comes to Dak Prescott, you can't pay him. I heard people on shows talking about even Emmanuel Acho himself. Talking about how Baker Mayfield's a franchise quarterback. And they should extend him. Okay. Is Baker Mayfield a top 10 quarterback? No. Is he top 15? No. So you mean to tell me a dude that's probably from 20, a dude that ain't even in the top 15 in the NFL is a franchise quarterback and should be resigned. But in the same breath, the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't resign Dak Prescott. Okay, what's your backup plan? Even the great Tony Romo didn't do what Dak Prescott did. And Tony Romo had Terrell Owens. You know Terrell Owens? One of the 3 greatest wide receivers of all time. One of the 3. 3. T.O. Randy Jerry. That's it. If it's another wide receiver, you don't matter. One of the 3 best wide receivers of all time. You had him. And you couldn't win a playoff game? Okay. But, you know, he got paid. And everybody come out with these critiques of Dak Prescott. Well, he can't win the big one. He can't take it to the Super Bowl. He can't do this. He can't do that. Really? Did Carson Wentz take the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl? I don't want to hear that they won Super Bowl when he was hurt. Can Carson Wentz take the Eagles to the Super Bowl? No. Did Matthew Stafford take the Lions to the Super Bowl? No. They got paid. Did Kirk Cousins take the Minnesota Vikings to the Super Bowl? No. But they ain't got a problem giving them more money. They ain't got no problem giving them millions of guaranteed money on top of guaranteed money. And these 2 black men, Emmanuel Acho and Marcellus Wiley, sitting on TV talking about how racism doesn't affect quarterback evaluations. But they'll tell you, close your eyes, what's the prototypical quarterback? 6'3", 6'4", maybe 6'5", 240, white. They'll tell you that. But they'll tell you that racism doesn't play a factor. Why do you see white if racism doesn't play a factor? Because it's how it's always been. See, there go this monkey shit. But Marcellus Wiley and Emmanuel Acho, these are 2 of the biggest Sambos on TV. And Sambos got to be stopped. Because I'm just saying, really? So black quarterbacks don't get evaluated based on race. So just imagine if Lamar Jackson was white. Coming out of college, Lamar Jackson's white. Do you think he make it to the end of the first round with that speed, with that arm? You think he makes it to the end of the first round? Shit, Tim Tebow was drafted ahead of before Lamar Jackson. Johnny Manziel drafted before Lamar Jackson. Blake Bortles drafted in the top 10. Hell, Christian Ponder drafted in the top 10. But somebody like Charlie Ward would never made in the NFL. But I took it back. We ain't go Charlie Ward. We ain't got to go Christian Ponder. Like I said, Lamar Jackson. What were they saying? Switch positions. He doesn't know the offense. He doesn't know defenses, really? Why don't you put him in front of the whiteboard on camera and ask him some questions? Why don't you do that for all quarterbacks? White, black, whatever. Hey, I let them tell it. What's the coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs? Eric Bieniemy don't interview well. That's what they say. But you get the dude from the Eagles who can't read his notes. You got the dude by kneecaps in Detroit. Really? Really? Dude from the Chargers who was a high school defensive coordinator a couple years ago. Really? Really? Racism plays a factor. Black people are evaluated by racism everywhere. Everywhere. You see a black man out in the streets. He's a little loud. Oh, look at him, loud and violent. He's mean. Why can't he just be expressing himself? Why can't he just be talking and expressing himself? Why he gotta be tone it down? Don't seem aggressive. Don't seem assertive. Huh? Really? And why is it with white quarterbacks? He's a leader. He's a leader of men. Black quarterbacks, we don't know about his leadership. I done shot off into a tangent. Yeah, I did. Babbling. But for you to, if you think that racism doesn't play a part in the evaluation of black quarterbacks, you're either stupid or you're oblivious. And either way, you're a problem. You can't tell me that everything's on a fair grading scale. Because Lamar Jackson was white, he'd be signed to an extension right now. Right now. Well, Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, people are just saying, we might want to hold up. Okay. I bet the Buffalo Bills don't have a problem signing Josh Allen to no extension. And what's Josh Allen done that Lamar Jackson ain't done? He made it to the AFC Championship game. No, he won one playoff game. Yes, he did make it to the AFC Championship game, but he won one playoff game. Just like Lamar Jackson. So, that don't count. Has Josh Allen won an MVP? We know Lamar Jackson has. Both of them Josh Allen going to the Pro Bowl this year. Lamar Jackson went to the Pro Bowl. So, what has Josh Allen done that Lamar Jackson hasn't done? Lamar Jackson led the league in passing touchdowns. Has Josh Allen done that? We just asking questions. Yes, Josh Allen probably gonna have more passing yards, of course. But look who he's throwing to: Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. Well, Cole Beasley better than Hollywood Brown. We're gonna keep it a buck. But they don't take that into consideration when they talk about Lamar Jackson. But look, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. They fit the bill. Patrick Mahomes, high yellow. His mother's white. I mean, he said some questionable things when it comes to black people, so they like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes don't think he black. Until recently, and when that commercial came out, I am George Floyd. I don't want to hear that bullshit. When he look in the mirror, he don't see nobody like me. He don't see nobody like you. He sees Brad. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's what he see when he look in the mirror. We're going to keep it a buck. Deshaun Watson, I mean, I ain't saying nothing bad about Deshaun Watson. But he liked them. They like him too. He's prototypical. But even when he came out, they gashed him. Why wasn't he the number one quarterback taken? How was Mitch Trubisky taking over Deshaun. How was Mr. Trubisky even in the mix? If Deshaun Watson was white, he'd have been the first player taken, hands down. They would have said he was probably the greatest college quarterback ever. We're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it 1,000. If Cam Newton was a white guy, what would happen? How many chances would Cam Newton get? They say Cam Newton washed up. But I can tell you he had a better season than Carson Wentz and Matthew Stafford. But people saying Carson Wentz might take the coach to the Super Bowl. They say Matthew Stafford might win the MVP. But Cam Newton had a better season than both of them. And they saying Cam Newton washed up. But the Patriots did win 7 games when Cam Newton started. Why they had lost 9 starters on defense? Well, he didn't do anything on offense. I mean, how many years? I mean, when were the Patriots known for having explosive offenses? Even in their Super Bowl years, they always been defensive led by defense. More often than not, led by defense. And you telling me what they're known for, they can't fall back on? Hell, Tom Brady would stay with the Patriots. He would have won 7 games. He would have won the Super Bowl. Why didn't he win it last year? They didn't have any weapons, so they had fewer weapons. They had the same no weapons with 9 people opting out. Now what? What Tom Brady gonna do with that? But nobody don't think about that. You look at Cam Newton. He's the problem. Like with the Eagles. You look at everything around Carson Wentz as the problem, not Carson Wentz. Not to do this, if I can't start, you trade me. What if everybody that played football and all the other positions said that same shit? And this supposed to be the face of the franchise. This supposed to be the dude supposed to be the dude that's so great. That's beyond reproach. No, you ain't got to worry about him. He's not selfish. He's no diva. He ain't like the wide receivers. He ain't like everybody else. He different. Really? Trade me if I'm not starting. If Odell Beckham Jr. came out and said something like that, they'll castrate him. Castrate him. If any black running back came out and said this shit, if Aaron Jones came out and said this shit, they castrate him. He isn't worth anybody. Get rid of him. He's a malcontent. Really? But Carson Wentz can ride, though. Dick Vermeil ain't saying nothing about Carson Wentz. Brett Favre ain't saying nothing about Carson Wentz demanding no trade. But they got plenty to say about Deshaun Watson. Plenty. Kurt Warner ain't came out about Carson Wentz, but he came out about Deshaun Watson. And where are these black commentators that come to Deshaun Watson defense to tell these folks to shut up, to stay in their lane? Where they at? Where they at? Well, they have their opinion, but it's this way. No. That's why I say Sambo. You gotta get rid of these Sambos. You gotta get rid of them. That's why I can't watch it now. It's painful to watch some of these shows. When you see the racism, you see it. You see it. It smack you in the face. Smack you in the face. Just like I told my cousin when Christian McCaffrey contract came, I said, watch, they gonna pay him. Adam Thielen came up, I said, watch, they gonna pay him. They got paid, no problem. But black athletes in the same position, they gotta be 20 times better, or they gotta take a pay cut, or be yes boys. But I've been going on enough about these Sambos. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Until next time.